Hi, Mia Griffith. I'm the author of The Horror in the Deep. I wrote this story and a lot more. I've been writing for 27 years, almost 28 years now, and I have a lot of stories on paper and books. The covers. Never had think of it of put it online, but my sister and my family, they all kept saying, put it online, put it in. My sisters love to read, and she gave me Wattpad first and said, put it on Wattpad. And I was so afraid to do it because I think to myself, oh man, I suck. I can't um, put my stuff on this for everyone to read because I really suck. I suck. And my sister said, but you don't suck. Share it for everybody to read. It is so awesome, your stories and stuff like that. And I did eventually. And I'm really glad for the lot of fans emails I got and say that they love my stories. And now I try this new thing. It's live stream. I don't know about live stream, but I'm gonna try. But I see my camera doesn't work. I don't know why. I don't know why my camera doesn't work. But I will figure it out. Maybe ask somebody. My sister maybe. Okay, let's go begin with the Horror in the Deep chapter 1. And let's begin. Come on. You can start. Uh, Chapter 1. Last Pour Before the Deep. The clock above the bar read 2020 12. 2018. Sorry about it. Its red numbers dim through the smoky, salt heavy air. Every few seconds it flickers as it struggles to keep time in a place where time hardly mattered. Devan Waldt hunched over the scratched wooden counter, a glass of dark rum cradle in his hand. He hasn't taken a sip in a while. The ice had long since melted, leaving the drink warm, warm and heavy, much like the night pressing in against the windows. Let's pause this. Uh, oh, my son. Oh my gosh, he has autism, and he is. What are you doing, my love? Okay, sorry about that. Outside the harbor grounded. Ropes creaked, metal clinged softly over and over, the sound repeated. A tired, restless chorus. The sea whispers against the hulls of the moored boats as if sharing secrets no one wanted to hear. It always did. Low laughter drifted through the bar, along with the dull slap of cards hitting tables. A radio played an old song nobody really listened to anymore. The smell of fish, diesel, and stale beer clung to everyone, even the walls. Divan stared into the glass in his glass. The surface of the rum shifted slightly, catching the dim light. For a moment it almost looked like something moved beneath it. He blinked. Nothing. Just a drink. He lifted the glass and took a slow sip. Sorry about this. My son wants something to drink, and he always brings his cool drink to me and this cup. Let me come here, son. Hey, come here. Glass and took a slow sip, but drinking it as if it owns you money. The voice came from his right, familiar, worn, and steady. Divan didn't look up right away. He already knew who it was. Maybe it does, he said quietly. A chair scraped against the floor. The old captain lowered himself beside him with a grunt. He joined, complaining louder than he did. He smelled of sea, wind, and tobacco. The same as always. Jonas. Captain Jonas Morgan. He signaled the bartender without asking. A bottle appeared along with two glasses. That's your third, Jonas said as he poured. Second, Devan corrected. Jonas gave him a sideways look. You always say that, and you always count wrong. That earned a small crackle, dry but real. For a while, neither of them spoke. They didn't need to. The silence between them wasn't empty. It was both over here storms, weather, nets hauled, nights spent drifting between stars that felt both too close and impossibly far. Jonas lifted his glass, took a slow sip, then set it down with care. Okay, let's see. Um, yeah, still following me on this page. Okay. Jonas lifted his glass, took a slow drink, then set it down with care. You hear the forecast? He asked. Rough, Devon said. Rough, Jonas agreed. But not bad enough to keep us in, Devon nodded through his eyes stayed fixed on the counter. Something in the air felt off. The warmth of the bar lingered, but the chill crept along the back of his neck, treating down breathing down between his shoulder blades. His skin prickled as if the smoke itself had teeth. Somewhere behind him, a draft slipped through, sharp with brine and the metal hint of rain, carrying a whisper that almost formed a word. His old scar began to itch. Every muscle tightened, bracing against something unseen. He glanced towards the dark window. For a second he thought he saw a shadow move where nothing should have been. Not wrong, exactly, just heavy when it should be, as if the weather were holding its breath, as if the sea remembered every name in the room, and tonight it might call one out. Jonas leaned back slightly, stretching his shoulders. You ever think about stopping? Divan finally looked at him. Stopping what? This, Jonas gestured fastly to the bar, the harbor beyond the walls, and the life they both knew too well. The sea, the boats, all of it. The man let out a quiet breath through his nose. No! Jonas studied him for a moment. Not even once? If I stop, Demon said, I don't know what am I anymore. I've been in this life too long. That seemed to settle something in the old man. He nodded slowly. Yeah, he said, I know that feeling. Another silence followed. This one felt different, heavier, like something waiting to be said. Jonas tapped his finger against the glass, then stopped. He cleared his throat, as if testing his voice. Divan, he said, more seriously now. That made Devan turn fully. Jonas wasn't looking at him directly. His gaze rested somewhere ahead, unfocused. This next run, the captain said, it's my last. The world set between them like a weight. Devan frowned slightly. You said that before. Not like this, Jonas replied. There was no humor in his voice now, only certainty. I mean it, Jonas continued. After this trip, I'm done. I turn 69 next month. He exhaled slowly. I'm tired. He picked up his glass, but didn't drink. Louise has been asking for years, he added softly. Says, I've been given to the sea. I think she right this time. Oh, sorry. Says, I've given enough to the sea. I think she's right this time. Steven's expression barely shifted, but something tightened behind his eyes. How is she? He asked. Good, Jonas said, a faint smile touching his face. Better when I'm not out here trying to drown myself for a living. Divan let out a quiet huff. Huh. She still wants to travel? Always, Jonas said. Talks about places like they're just waiting for us. Beaches with no wind, water you can steam straight through. No engines, no nets. He shook his head. Can you imagine that? Divan glanced down at his glass again. Sounds like a fantasy, he said. Jonas laughed, this time louder. Exactly. The laughter faded. Jonas turned to him then. Really look at him. You know why I'm telling you this, he said. Divan didn't answer right away. I can guess. Then say it. Divan met his eyes. You want me to take over? Jonas nodded one. Not want, he said. I trust you to do. The noise of the bar seemed to dull, like the world had stepped back to listen. Devan sat still. I'm not a captain, he said. Not yet, Jonas replied. I don't have your experience. You got enough. I don't. You do. The firmness in your Jonas' voice cut him off. Jonas leaned closer, lowering his voice. Divan, I've seen men who think they're ready, loud ones, proud ones. They break the moment the sea turns on them. He tapped the counter once. You don't. Divan looked away. You watch the sea, Jonas continued. You listen to it. You don't panic, even when it looks like a wave is about to swallow us all. A pause. That what keep a crew alive, and you make them stronger. Divan swallowed his throat dry. You got other options, he said. Kevin's got more years. Peter knows the engine better than anyone. Jonas shook his head. They're good men, he said. But they're not you. The clock flickered again. 2020, 23. Time was moving, whatever they wanted or to or not. Jonas exhaled slowly. Louise, he began, then stopped, choosing words carefully. She always said, if we had the sun. He didn't finish that sentence. He didn't need to. Devon grabbed tight slightly around his glass. She think of you that way, Jonas said quietly. So do I. The words landed harder than anything else that night. Devon didn't look at him, didn't trust himself to. You've been with me how long now? Jonas asked. 15 years. 15? Jonas repeated. Longer than some men stay married. A faint smile tackled his mouth. Long enough. Outside, a low horn sounded somewhere in the harbor, deep, echoing. It rolled through the walls of the bar and settled into the bones. Devon felt it more than he heard it. For a moment, everything seemed to go still. You ever get that feeling, Devon said slowly, that the sea different sometimes? Jonas glanced at him. How do you mean? Devon hesitated. It's hard to explain. Try? He stared at the surface of his drink again. Like it's waiting, he said. Jonas didn't laugh, didn't brush it off. He just watched him. Then, after Monty said, every old fisherman feels that at some point. That's not what I mean. I know, Jonas said quietly. Another pause. Then Jonas reached for the bottle and poured again. This trip, he said, almost to himself. We go out, we come back, and that's it. He raised his glass slightly. To the last run. Divan hesitated, then lifted his own. Their glasses clinked softly. To the last run, Divan echoed. They drank. Outside, beyond the harbor lights, the sea stretches into darkness, silent and endless, far beyond where any map dared to mark. Something shifted between its surface. Back in the bar, the clock flickered again. 23, 20, 22, 18. Then it corrected itself. 22, 24. Divan didn't notice, but somewhere deep inside him, something did. Okay, um, that was chapter one, and I hope you enjoyed chapter one. This is one of my stories, The Horror in the Deep. I wrote it. I always have a fear of deep waters. I love the sea, but from the ground. I love the sea, but I always have the fear of deep waters. And this was one of a nightmare I had of the deep waters, and it really did stuck with me. it was it was terrible, but I hope you enjoyed, and we'll then try to make chapter two maybe later or in this week. Okay. Thank you for being with be and listen to the book. Chapter 1 of The Horror in the Deep.